Hello everyone, welcome to this video where I'll be showing you how you can set up FOOOCUS. For those of you who don't know what FOOOCUS actually is, so let me tell you what FOOOCUS is. FOOOCUS is just a competitor of Midjourney or software tool just like Midjourney. It can generate visuals for you. It is specifically tailored to generate images of people or as in characters, not in specific for objects. Like if you ask it to generate a thumbnail, it will just randomly throw an image of a character, a boy or a girl, whatever it is. So I recommend using it to generate images of people, just like this. This is the official GitHub of FOOOCUS. You can generate this with FOOOCUS very easily. You don't have to tweak with parameters just as you have to do in Midjourney. In Midjourney, you have to do some prompt engineering, or you have to give some additional parameters and play around with it a little bit. Then you can achieve this sort of results. But in FOOOCUS, it is already trained to give you some more accurate and good results. As you can see, the officials say that the prompt they gave for these four images were just forest elf. It's not much. If you give this a similar prompt to Midjourney, it won't generate this good results. So the installation part is very straightforward. If you are on Windows, you can just download it and run the bat file, and it'll run the service. And this is not an app; it's more of a web-based utility. You have to access it through the web browser. So even on Windows, you install it. When you run it, you have to access it through the web browser. So I'll be installing it on Linux. I have a Linux installed on AWS with my graphics card. Make sure you have, if you're installing on Linux, you have to make sure that you have the CUDA drivers installed and the GPU. And if you're in Windows, you'll be good to go. So we'll be doing it on Linux via using Python VNV. So let's go to the AWS console for the instances. Let me boot my instance. I click in start instance. So it should be ready. Let me change the username from root to EC2, otherwise it will not allow me to log in. So once I'm logged in, let me just see. Alright, I'll just create a new folder for FOOOCUS. Let me just say FOOOCUS, basically triple O, and cd into FOOOCUS. Now I have to clone the repository first. Oh, sorry, not the tab, the window. I have a around 450 megabytes of internet connection on AWS. So if you're doing this on local machine, it might take some time. After that, alright, I didn't install it in the current directory, so it just created a new directory. So let's cd into that, and we have to create a environment for this installation. Let's create that, then we'll activate it. Now this is a you can say indicator that you are inside a virtual environment. So after that, you just have to install the versions.txt file. No, I copied the wrong one. This one. So just install the requirements version.txt, and this will take some time. So you have to be patient with it. Let's wait for it to finish. In the meanwhile, we can see what are the parameters that we can adjust. So if you're running it locally or installing it locally, you will not have to open the port or make it listen on all IP addresses. In my case, I am installing it on AWS, so I'll have to open the port to listen from all IPv4 addresses. In that case, I'll have to use the dash dash listen uh, parameter while I am starting this entry with update.py. If I do not do that, it will be running on my local Linux or the instance that I'm running it on, and I won't be able to access it through the internet. So make sure if you're trying to access it from some other device, you have to give it a parameter of dash dash listen. Dash dash listen. It will tell us what the port number is when we run it. So I hope it is installed. Let me check the status. Again, this is going to take some time, so just let it install all the dependencies and requirements, and we'll continue then. As you can see, the requirement version.txt, all the requirements are have been installed. So now let's run this python entry underscore with update.py, and now it's downloading a model from Hugging Face. Let it download, and this will take some time. As you can see, this is a 6.6 gigs of file, and this is a 335 megabytes of file. So just wait for it to complete, and then we'll continue. So our installation is complete, and the model has been loaded. So FOOOCUS is running on port 7865 on my local URL. I do not want it to run on the local URL. I'll stop it by hitting Control C, and I'll restart it with a parameter of listen. Okay, so this time it should say 0.0.0. Then it will say the port number, that is again 7865. So let's wait for it to start. See, now it says 0.0.0. So 0.0.0.0, basically what it means is that it's listening from all IP addresses on the specific port, so you can access it from over the internet. But as I am on AWS, so I have to make sure that this port is in the inbound rules of the instance I'm running this on. Alright, let me edit the security group for it. Head over to the security tab and click on the security group that is assigned to this instance. Click on edit inbound rules, add rule. Now this is a custom TCP. Port number we've copied 7865, and we'll select anywhere IPv4 and we'll name it as FOOOCUS. Right, now we'll just save the rules. Let's get back to the instance. I need to copy the IP address, public IP address of my instance, so I can open it up in the browser. The port number was 7865, I guess. Let me recheck. Yes, 7865. So the FOOOCUS is running on an instance on the AWS, and I'm accessing it through the web portal or the web UI in my browser. My internet my internet connection is a little bit slow, so it is taking some time. But if you have a decent internet connection, it won't be an issue. So let's say forest health, and we hit generate. Now let me see, we have two images, and the setting performance speed. So basically what it is you can add input images. All right, you can input images, and there are some options that you can play around with. But if you have a specific image and you want to generate a person or a character in a different pose, then it actually is in the picture. So you can do a face swap. How you can do that? You can select the image. Let's just generate the forest elf, and I'll explain this later. So you see, from just two keywords, forest elf, these are pretty decent images. If we compare these to the official GitHub, these are pretty similar. So just try the face swap option that I told you. Drag the image, uh, drag it this, and then with the advanced option, change select the face swap, right? Change these settings. Select the weight to be 1.5 and stop at should be 0.95. Right. After that, you can say forest elf, young lady, sunrise. This is just a random prompt, and the face should be similar to this one. Let's wait for the focus to generate the images. So the images have been generated. If you see, the face swap works fine, right? Now let's see the images. If you have any issues like with most generative AI models or with Midjourney, there are issues with the hands and some of the body parts. So, but in that case, what you can do is go to the in paint or out paint option, drag the image that you want to change. After that, you can select the method to improve details, and you can describe the detail here. Let's say improve face quality. And if you have a keyword that you want it to uh, have more weight to the keyword, you can click on control and hit the above arrow key, and this will increase the weight of that keyword, but it will focus more on that. So after that, click generate. You can change the image number from here. You can change it to 1. I didn't change the 1, I should have, but just go with 2. Generate. So our images have been generated. See, it generated these two images. So what now we can do is we can also change the aspect ratio of the images. Go to settings, click on aspect ratio, and now I will select an aspect ratio, let's say 1287 is 68, or whatever aspect ratio you like. You can select that. Let's go with, let's say 1344, right? I'll decrease the image number to 1. There's already 1, and I'll click on generate. So this is the final result. You can still play around with the settings. There are different styles you can add. Currently by default, focus version 2, enhance and sharp are selected. You can also select the focus photograph. It will add some more photograph feel to the image. You can select different models. Juggernaut XL is selected by default. There are other models available. You can also go to advanced, and there are also presets to this. You can select presets by, you can set it to anime, you can set it to realistic, or you can also choose a preset while you are booting or starting the instance. There's a parameter for that. Let me show it. So we started. we execute the .py file with a parameter of dash dash listen. We can also add you can say dash dash preset anime. If you do this, it will require to install some additional models. There are different presets that you can select. Let me show you. They're all written on the official documentation of the GitHub page. You can find them there too. So here they are only showing anime and the realistic one, but you can find it. You can find other presets too. Even on this UI, you can find the different presets. So feel free to play around with the settings and let me know in the comments what next video should be. And if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. Thank you.